So, pandas. Today, I'm here in my Power Panda socks to talk to you a little bit about pandas. And pandas are great, right? They're really cute, kind of roly-poly bears. They're the first bear that you want to see when you go to the zoo, if you're me, and probably some other people, I guess. And I just think they're great. But I've learned something about pandas recently that got me to thinking. And the thing that I learned was this. Pandas eat between 20 and 40 pounds of bamboo every day. And that's what they need to survive. That's like one of those really, really big bags of dog food per panda per day. And it takes a long time to eat that much bamboo. So pandas spend between 10 and 16 hours a day eating, and the bamboo's not really good for them. It's really inefficient in their systems, and they spend the rest of the time sleeping because they don't have energy to do anything else besides eat bamboo, digest bamboo, and sleep. So anyway, these pandas are not super efficient, but why would they do that? I mean, that doesn't make any sense, right? Well, they eat what their parents ate. It's in their environment. They've kind of evolved to do that over the years. So it's panda culture. And if there's no reason to change it, why bother changing it? Well, you see, when you do go to the zoo and you see these cute roly-poly pandas, you see that they are a little bit more active. And that's because in zoos, in addition to their bamboo, they're fed nutritious biscuits, they're fed carrots, they're fed apples, and they're active up to 30% more of their day. They get a whole third of a day back just by eating something that's good for them. So the reason this got me thinking is, what's the bamboo in my life? What am I doing, what am I eating, metaphorically, that's holding me back from being able to reach my potential? And the illustration of this in my life happens to coincide with this food theme, though that's not really what this is about. I was sick a lot growing up. I missed a lot of school. My parents were always like, are you really sick? Is there something else going on? And this went up until just a couple years ago. And a couple years ago, I found out that I'm hypoglycemic. And so what that means is if I eat the wrong things, if I eat sugar, if I eat simple carbs like white bread or white rice, or if I eat starches, my blood sugar spikes, my body says, oh, shoot. This is BYU. Oh, shoot, I've got this high blood sugar going on, so it overproduces insulin and my blood sugar drops. I don't know how many of you have been in a low blood sugar state, but it's pretty much the worst. You can start shaking, it makes me really tired, I get mood swings, makes me pass out. One time I was doing yoga with a friend and just fell asleep right there in the middle of the yoga. He just laughed and finished the yoga, woke me up later, and I was like, oh, I feel like I've been hit by a truck. And I usually feel that way for about 2 days after I haven't been eating what's good for me. And why did I eat these things? Growing up, it was just what we ate. I had no idea that this particular thing was bad for me. But the doctor told me, all you need to do is change what you eat. So I added whole grains into my diet. I took out the other things. I added proteins. I added vegetables. And for the first time in my life, I felt well. And I thought, oh my goodness, no wonder people can get so much done. This is amazing. But like I said, this talk isn't really about pandas, and it's not really about food. It's not about these superficial, fluffy things. It's about getting rid of the things in our lives that are holding us back so we have the capacity to move forward. I grew up in the internet age where everything's moving a million miles an hour, and if you're not on top of your game, you're going to get left behind. So this is about staying on top of our game and helping to bring people with us. This is about serving and loving people. This is about reaching our potential. For me, this is about making the deliberate decision to get up and still do something with my life after watching my mom pass away from cancer when it would have been so easy to stop progressing. For me, this is about getting a dream job at Google. For me, and for you, this is about reaching our potential. This is about pursuing our passions, and this is about making our dreams happen. This is about creating within ourselves the capacity to change the world by changing what we do. Now, these are really nice sentiments, right? But how? How do we do that? I've got a couple suggestions for you. The first thing is to learn. Learn from the people around you. Tonight we've had amazing speakers who have opened your mind to things that you've never seen before. People from different cultures, different perspectives, even somebody who knows you well who can see things in you that you can't see in yourself. Learn from them. The second is to question. Question everything, but when you're questioning, be careful, because the right answer to the wrong question is dangerous. It can cause you a lot of heartache, it can cost you a lot of money, it can just make you miserable. And so, when I question, I do this thing called question storming. And so I sit down for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and when I'm struggling with something, I just write questions. Don't write any answers. And by the time you're done with this, by the time I'm done, I'm able to see clearly how I need to move forward. I don't know how it works, really. It's really kind of a magical thing, but it's awesome. If you don't have the time to sit and do that in a split-second decision, take the time to ask why. Ask why not just once, not twice, but 5 times. If you can ask why 5 times, you can really get to the bottom of what you're trying to figure out, and you can move forward. And the third is adapt. I don't think that people don't change because they're lazy. I think that we don't change because we don't know that there's anything to change. But if you've done the first 2 things, you know that there's something that you can do to move forward, and you just have to have the willpower to say, okay, I'm going to do it. Somebody hands me a piece of cake. I love cake. I'm not allowed to eat it anymore. But you go look at it and you smell it, and you're so, oh, cake. I could eat it and feel like I got hit by a truck for the next couple days. Or I can say, oh, thanks, I've got a protein bar. We know how to change. We know how to do it. We just have to do it. And if we do it, we're going to be a lot healthier and we're going to be a lot happier. In conclusion, it's the things that we don't recognize in our lives that are holding us back. So learn, question, adapt, create the capacity in yourself to make the changes that you want to make in the world. Become the power panda that you want to be and quit eating bamboo.